Welcome. We are going to present roses from Ecuador, the big babas. And I have a message for you all, and I'm going to repeat this 25,000 times. Please don't buy roses too tight. So if you do buy roses and they are like, well, I even don't have them here as a matter of fact. Well, maybe this is an example. Let's say this is the difference when you have a rose like this or you have a rose like this at store level. When the rose is very tight, it will never open. And it stays like this and it will bend its neck and it will limp. But you know what? When you buy a rose which is open, it will perfectly open and show its beauty. What we are doing is mainly all things which are kind of simple, which you can bring home, which you can do it yourself, not too complicated, and showing the beauty of roses. Now, I will start with these roses, garden roses. These are the David Austin roses. These are the traditional English garden roses. Some of them, they have a gorgeous scent. This one slightly, but it opens and it's like this huge peony. It's gorgeous. But working with this, of course, you have to combine it with other garden flowers, and it's, for example, like these hydrangeas. Honestly, this hydrangea is not coming from Ecuador, but I browsed around a little bit here at the booths to get some other product. Well, when you think about garden roses, then you really think about all those gorgeous gardens when you have the opportunity to go to England to visit all those gorgeous cottage gardens, mansions, and see their rose collection. And what you will see is always, as well, gorgeous hydrangeas. Hydrangeas, herbs, lavender, thyme, and that really all belongs together. Now, if you work with garden roses, like you see, I'm starting in a way that it's like a roundy moundy Biedermeier, but that's not right, because you have to think like the lady of the house just went through the garden and found some roses, and she's just putting it together. So don't make it too perfect. As you can see, this one is popping out now. And for us, like designers, most of the time that's so difficult because we're trained to do it like perfect. Now, you just have to think not perfect. Mark, on the other hand, is doing something totally different, and he's working in a very old-fashioned French style where the flowers are like on top of each other. Also so-called pompadour. Gorgeous is also when instead of salal, you work with ivy. Ivy goes great with roses. Myrtle, eucalyptus. And the way we are working here, it's like, it's so, let's say, so-called European, simple, being like on the street, having your little points of sale where you make some bouquets from the flowers you have. Just to share with you, lately I was in Hamburg, Germany, and there is a market, and on this market they sell local produce. It's like kind of a farmer's market. And there were so many florists, and they were just bringing their flowers from their own backyard. So it was like wildflowers, it was like crooked flowers, you know, there were all kinds of shapes. It was hilarious. The thing is, roses, they have to drink and have to bring all this water up to their stem. So when you have like a bouquet and it's like very tall and the water level is down, they are like sucking like there is no tomorrow to get all the water up. And you know, that's difficult. And especially with this temperature here, it's nice for maybe for a human being, but roses, they don't like this. Now you might wonder, oh gee, he's cutting the roses with a scissor. That's not good. I know that's not good. And you know, I'm working here in a way that you might do it in the store. This is just to control the consumer, because we sell this and we tell them, when you bring this home, you have to cut all the stems in an angle with a sharp knife. Well, a lot of them, they even don't cut them, as a matter of fact. So then after a day, they come home and they say, oh, well, look at these roses, they're all limp. It's like, sweetie, you didn't cut it. It's like, how do you know? Because I use a scissor on purpose to control you. Ha! So you can see it because then the cut is like straight, and especially when they don't cut it at home, then it's brown. So the cut, when it comes out of the water, it's always like clean and always white. Now, this particular bouquet, it's a garden bouquet. Now, talking about, let's say, open roses, look at this one. Help, help, help. What's the name? Free Spirit. Wow. This rose has to be this way. And it lasts incredibly long. If your customer really doesn't want to believe you, you do this in the store, put them in a bottle with the date, and you have a line of roses so that they can see, like, oh, well, you know, really this is like 10 days old. If they still don't believe you, you know, you better give one for free. Easy. Then they can believe it, that they can see it themselves. Well, this is green ball, but it's tinted. This is not from Ecuador, as a matter of fact. But I browsed them at the stand of Ball, because you know, you need some extra material to work around your flowers. And I also want to show you that it's not always necessary to use a lot of roses. It can be also just one. Very simple and ideal for the weekend. You know, when all those guys are going out with their girlfriends, or now, for example, before the proms, where, you know, they all need like corsages and little bouquets. It's a lot of work, but you can make your life also easy by just buying like big-headed roses, and then you only need one. So Marky, what are you doing there? A centerpiece for a romantic candlelight dinner, right? Okay, this is an elastitag. This elastitag says in Dutch, 7 dagen garantie, mevrouwtje. Which means 7 days guarantee. And this is something you could use to tie your bouquets, and you can have whatever message on it. So when you go to the company Decor Wraps, they can make this happen. It's like a little booklet. It says also how to take care of your flowers. And you know, this is something you bring it home and immediately there is this message. Oh, I'm not talking to me. So this particular bouquet can be even like a centerpiece because it's like huge. But it's also nice for just a dinner. So this is for nervous people. By using an insert in the middle of your bouquet, it's like green, could be like a pig. Let's get some other flowers here. This is Eryngium, which is also grown in Ecuador by the fair trade farms, which is nice, as a matter of fact, because in this case, you can make like also mixed bouquets, which they also produce, by the way, and have different flowers, which are all fair trade. Now, fair trade, you all know about it, I guess. It's a certification which actually is very well known for years already for coffee, for chocolate, for rice, even clothing, but also for flowers. And fair trade started in about 2000 not in Germany, in Switzerland, by a chain called Co-op. And nowadays you can find it all over Europe and in the United States. And honest to God, it's a fantastic certification where people working at a farm are helped on education, scholarship, dentist, doctor, daycare. They get a good payment, great conditions to work. So it's a very good thing. And as a matter of fact, it's also like a brand. Like a lot of certifications are not known by the consumer, and everybody knows about fair trade. So there you go. It helps your sale. So, Mark, the roses you use here are all finesse or no? No. There are some finesse roses in it. And finesse is those are unbeatable. You can't kill them. It's incredible. And finesse is this group of colors, gorgeous colors, amazing colors. And the bigger they get, the more they also get like a dark edge on the petal. It's gorgeous. It's almost like a garden rose. And that's what the consumer is looking for. They don't like flowers which are too industrial. They like fragrance, of course. So some of the roses, they do have fragrance. If they don't, there is still some spray around. So, you know, you can just use some toilet spray. As long as like roses, just spray it on, no problem. Okay. Huh? Done. Almost done. He's gonna get a little coat. So, this is a special touch, you know? Sometimes you wish you have like 3 hands. That should be wonderful. A nice present for the weekend. There you go. You know, sometimes we really think way too complicated. Just do, don't think. Get some roses. And another one, another nice big bubba here. This one is pretty too. Oh, by the way, when you go to a store, you see this tag, that's good. Because that's all about the fair trade. You know, even when you have to do weddings, you know, you can do like those way complicated centerpieces, like on pedestals, and you better do something like this, way faster. And now, of course, we need something to clean this up. heb je een theedoek liggen dan? Ah. Oh, it's raining on the inside. So you can see it's very, very simple, but the simplicity, that makes it nice. Thank you. This is something totally new on the market. And I'm going to show you how this is working. Okay, this is pretty easy. This thing here is now full of water. So it's like a bag with water, right? Okay. That goes in this PVC tube. Okay. Now, then we take some beer grass, maybe? Yeah. Some beer grass. Maybe one eryngium. I'm just going to make it pretty simple. So here we go. Some beer grass. I just fold it a little bit. One eryngium in the middle. Hopsa. There we go. Hypericum. These gorgeous roses. And I only use 4 of them. So one at the center. Like this. Maybe some salal. Finish it up a little bit. Okay, so this is the bouquet. Now we measure it slightly. Okay. We just tie it together. Okay, now this one is going in here. Like this. So when this is in a store, it's very easy. Because you just walk out the store, go home, tralali, tralala, tralala, tralala. You can even put it in your cup holder in the car. So you won't spill water in the car, because otherwise you have like a fight at home, especially when you use the car of your partner. Big problem there. So when you're at home, the only thing you have to do is you just open it. And it's pretty easy, because there is a perforation. Here. Cuckoo. And you take the upper part off. And here we are. We have a vase. And it really looks like a glass vase with some color on it. This insert is made from cellophane. But it's also available in craft paper, which is laminated. And then you get the more natural look, let's say. But it's a phenomenal, phenomenal solution. Cheap, funky, and easy. And it's all written on this little card. Otherwise, nobody will understand what the heck to do with this, right? It's called the all-in-one vase. You can eat them. They taste pretty good. Boiled, though. But they are also great when you want to make like shorter bouquets. And really to have like a good start at the center, like an hydrangea, or you use like this brassica, goes very well. Now the eryngium I was using before is also available in white from Ecuador, also fair trade. And I was hoping there was... And this is the blue variety. As you can see with those eryngiums, you really get like a lot of volume. And if you're clever, you make these already in the store, get them ready, put them in a cooler, and at the moment your customers are coming in, the only thing you have to do, you add some roses to it. Now let's say I just want to work with Finesse, which is a phenomenal rose. Again, it's like unbeatable. And Mark is using them also a lot, I saw. Beautiful rose, long-lasting and thorns. But a rose is not a rose without thorns, you know? Well, the nice part about these bows is that they have like very long liasse loops here. And that really gives like this elegant look. For the fun, just sticking a feather through it. Like this. And so with simple catchets, you really can build your bouquet. So honestly, it's not always about a lot of flowers. They have to be pretty. They have to be nice and big bubbas. Then you can work with just a few. So spray roses. Honest to God, I always see spray roses like in those teeny tiny bunches. Just go different, make them big. You know what? Big is beautiful. And you know what? It's like no 5 stems, no 7, no 8, no 10. Just go for 20, you go for 30. Make it a big package. Add some greens on the outside or a nice wrap around it and you have like a big bunch of flowers, because people, when they go home or when they purchase flowers, they really want to buy arms full. So we have to help them. We have to create this for them. So I will show you how that might look. And to get like the market bunch, like visualize you go in Amsterdam on a bicycle through the city and you purchase your flowers on the market over there. And you buy something to bring home, to decorate your own house. And then it's like you take some pom-poms. You just take a big bunch of spray roses. And the fun part about spray roses is that they have like lots and lots of flowers on their stem. So really, with one stem, you have immediately 5 roses. So the impact is enormous. Okay, well, think about those women going, I hope that you see this on movies or in television programs, where they really go on their bike. They have like a bunch of flowers at the back of the bike and they bring this home. Now, if we present these packages also in the store, you will sell more flowers. You know, it's like 3 for $10, you have to take 3 for $10. Well, a lot of people are way too lazy to do this. So they only take 1. So that's $3.40 or something, and it doesn't bring money in your pocket. So, you know, better make it big and beautiful, and then they will buy it. So this is one of those examples. And just wrap it simple. Even newspapers can be pretty. Just make it pretty. But this was about big. And you know what? It can be also nice and small. So 1 rose, almost like a corsage. And with all your leftovers, you can create something pretty. And a corsage could be like this, and some galaxy leaves. And you make it big again, of course. Frankie. Huh? It's hot here. You know, they changed the light, but now it's hot here. Holy Maloney. But the deodorant is not working anymore. I'm telling you. Now, I'm using galaxy leaves, but if you are clever and you do this at home, you go to the garden of the neighbor and steal some ivy leaves. Never use your own. Huh?
Way too expensive.
Way too expensive, yeah. It's a pity. Just little gadgets like this, you have to have ready for the weekend. What you could do is like make like a display plate with little holes in it, little cups. Each individual cup is having one rose like this. It's like a $3.99 item, flies out of the door. Absolutely. And it's pretty. It's this little gadget. Well, first of all, the container is phenomenal. It's from Hills. And this container looks like an ice cube. And you don't see the stems as much, so you don't have to cover them. Sometimes, you make little arrangements and you really have to cover the stems. But also the combination of colors, this pink, and remember for 2012, the color is very pink. It's all about romantic. Romantic with a rough touch. And the colors are lots and lots of pink in the spring, in the early spring. And then later it becomes more bold. So for Easter it's like more bold colors. But you will see lots and lots of pink. Blue, blue all over, lots of blue. They are all coming through the whole year. In all color combinations you will feel and find a touch of blue. And also a touch of yellow. And not the yellow you think about, but it could be like a green yellow. It could be like a orangey yellow, but it's always there. And yellow is so called is the new green. You remember Liedewij? Green, green. Now it's yellow, yellow. But it's all about yellow. Okay, I'm just gonna make you all happy here. I'm trying. So this here is like another weekend little gift. It's gorgeous with the green ball. And this is such a touchy flower. Like, ew. It's great. It's so touchy. And it's like moss. And really, whenever you make something and you put green ball in it, people are loving it. They love it. They are like, ooh, what a touch, what a touch, what a touch. So that's a great, great thing. And this here, absolutely Mother's Day. Could be even Christmas. If you think about Scandinavia, Christmas in Scandinavia is red, check designs, and a lot of natural material. So even the Christmas decoration is all made from straw. And this is so Scandinavia. This is so Norway, so Sweden. So if you are having a demographics somewhere in your stores with a lot of people from Sweden, they love you. Absolutely. Okay. This beauty, you saw it yesterday with the iron design competition. Mark was making this particular bouquet. It's so old-fashioned and it's so back again. When you go to florists in the Netherlands, this is what they make. It's presented like either in a cylinder or like here, laying like this. Excuse me. It's so old but so new. Try it, really. You need long flowers. You can't work like with short flowers here. They have to come till here. They need to drink. I thank you for your being here. And I hope you learned something about roses. I hope you kind of change something about the roses. And I hope to see you again. Thank you.